Boom! 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 Explosions echoed continuously outside the ancient temple, showing no signs of stopping. The golden pagoda that shrouded the temple was now covered in dozens of fine cracks, and as Zeus and Hera continued their assault, those cracks kept spreading. In less than half an hour, the entire metallic tower was riddled with fractures. Break for me! Seeing that the pagoda had reached its limit, Zeus and Hera unleashed their full strength once again, striking the tower together. Boom! A deafening crash shook the earth and mountains. The golden pagoda, which had held out through the entire night, finally reached its breaking point and shattered completely. Countless golden fragments, like shards of glass, rained down from the sky. In the backyard, the moment the golden pagoda shattered, Margaret spat out a mouthful of fresh blood and staggered, barely staying upright. Your Highness! Seeing this, several female royal guards were alarmed and rushed to support her, forming a protective wall in front of her in preparation for the enemy's arrival. Since they couldn't dissuade her, they would stake their lives to defend her. Ha! It's broken! It's finally broken! Outside the ancient temple, Zeus burst into laughter, brimming with excitement. Though exhausted, though his internal energy was nearly depleted, it had all been worth it. The dignity of a god-king could not be defied. If he couldn't even break a simple pagoda, how would he face others in the future? Phew! That was exhausting. Hera let out a long breath. Though they'd managed to shatter the golden pagoda, she couldn't muster any sense of pride. It had taken the combined efforts of two god-kings the entire night to destroy this single pagoda. How could that be considered a victory? Instead, she was more curious. Who was the master of this tower? To hold off two god-kings for so long was no trivial feat. Monks, hear my command! Form the formation immediately! As the golden pagoda collapsed, the monks guarding the temple gate didn't hesitate. They surged forward and surrounded Zeus and Hera. They knew very well, after a night of intense battle, the two god-kings were completely drained. Now was their best chance to strike. If they waited for the two to recover, there would be no chance left. Heh! You pathetic weaklings think you can take us on? How laughable! Zeus sneered. Even without using inner energy, his body alone was more than enough to crush these ants. Seize them! The leading middle-aged monk didn't waste words. Once the formation was in place, he gave the attack order. Attack! Dozens of monks struck simultaneously, using the diamond Arhat formation to trap Zeus and Hera inside two separate circles. Immediately, staff weapons whirled in unison. Countless staff shadows blanketed the sky, leaving no room to escape. Zeus didn't dodge. He let the flurry of staff blows land on him freely. Bang, 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 explosions rang out. But every staff that struck Zeus either bent or snapped. None of them caused even a scratch. Hera, on the other hand, vanished on the spot, causing every attack aimed at her to miss entirely. What? The monks were stunned as they looked at their broken and bent weapons. They had gone all out, and Zeus hadn't even dodged, hadn't even activated any energy. He just stood there, and let them hit him. And yet, they couldn't break through his defense. This result was a huge psychological blow. They had thought that, with Zeus weakened, they might have a chance to strike back. But now, that was nothing but a joke. Zeus's physical strength alone was on par with Shaolin's golden Arhat body. Too light. Is that all you've got? Zeus mocked, his face full of contempt. In a good mood now, he didn't mind playing with these ants a little longer. Don't get cocky! Two master-level monks exchanged glances and launched their attack, swinging reinforced iron staves. One aimed at Zeus's head, the other at his legs. Heh! Zeus still didn't dodge. He merely raised an arm to block. Boom! Boom! Two loud crashes. The iron staves struck his body and bent into right angles, still no damage. Wah! The two master monks were horrified. If even their attacks couldn't pierce his defense, then there was no way they could win this battle. Finished? Now it's my turn. With a cold grin, Zeus moved like lightning, striking both monks squarely in the chest and abdomen. They didn't even have time to react before flying back hundreds of meters, smashing through 3 walls before coming to a stop. When they landed, blood poured from their mouths and noses. They were critically injured and couldn't get up. One move. Without using any inner energy, Zeus had crippled 2 master-level monks with a single strike. The power gap between them was a chasm. At that moment, everyone finally understood the true terror of Zeus. He was a force they could never hope to resist. And just can't accept
keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'm